Hello, and welcome. Welcome back to my channel. Hope all is well with you. Hope you can see me and hear me. Happy Thursday, I guess. Today, I am going to be making an A9 layout, and I'm calling it a layout. We're going to make it into a card, but also typically when I make a journal, I use the 8.5 by 11 paper, so, and fold it in half, so that's the same as an A9 card. So it could be a card or it could be a signature in a journal. Hello, Teresa. Good evening. So I've taken out a bunch of stuff. Doesn't mean I'm going to use all this stuff, but I took out things that I think I want to use in a kind of a monochromatic scheme, going with tans. Tans and brown, kind of shades and tints of tans. Awesome. Thank you for that confirmation, Teresa. So, these are all the things I took out. So I've got watercolor paper. You could use that, or you could use mixed media paper, but I like to use watercolor paper because it's cheaper. And then I'm going to put that over to the side just for a moment here. I have embellishments. So I've got some little sparkly ones, and I'm kind of going for a shabby chic look. I've got little pearls. I've got little flat, kind of off-white. Hi, Lori. And I'm going to put these all in my little basket over here, which helps me to kind of keep things organized. And you guys can't see it because it's off to the side. I've taken out several types of ribbon and lace. And this is some coffee dyed, and it's all kind of ecru color. My mic's in my way. Get out of my way. Okay. I've got a piece of vellum here that'll probably emboss if I use it. Okay, I have a little piece of this gauze, and I have plenty more, friends. Okay, I've got a couple of butterflies. These are actually moths, but they're in the right color range. I have these Andy Skinner stamps, and these are really, really old. It's from Stampendous, but I really like them. They're kind of my favorites. There's one missing out of here. I'm not sure where it went, but it's probably in my pile of favorites. I've taken out stencils. So I've taken out this stencil, and this Simon Hurley stencil. I have taken out antique linen and pumice stone. I have here a couple of doilies. Whether I'll use them or not, I don't know. I have some coffee dyed paper, and or is this coffee or tea? It might be tea. An interesting thing happens when you add vinegar. It picks up a texture. I don't know if you can see that texture or not, but it's trippy. Like, makes little warts on it. Hey, Pam. Hey, Meg. Then I've got a piece of Tim Holtz paper. Nope, this isn't Tim Holtz. This is Stamperia. This is Tim Holtz. This is a Tim Holtz scrap. Got a little frame. This is 49 in Market. Got a couple of feathers. Come here, you. I can't pick it up. I have some fake flowers and some stickers, stamp, just a little bit of ephemera. There's a little hint of green there, and that's okay because I've got a little hint of green in my leaves. And I've got these leaves. I don't know why I took this one out. I don't think I meant to. And then I've got these pictures from Art House Whimsy. So what I want to do first is I want to do my backgrounds. And this will be several layers because the whole idea is layers, layers, layers. Let me see if I can pick this all up in one shebang. I highly doubt it. I got pretty close. Just put it all on that and put that all over here. And I'll start with my first background. Hi, Ruby. Hey, Chow. You guys, Chow's kid is a super, super honor roll student. I'm gonna do the Bacchus background first. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go 5. I think I'll go 5 1/4. Let's get. And I'm trying on Thursdays to make something that could also be a card and sized up or down. Even though I'm not necessarily making cards anymore. And then let's go 8 1/4. And let's put this back for a minute. I finally got, since I finished that last journal, I finally got my craft room organized where I can find things, sort of, ish. Okay. And I want to do some ink smooshing on this, so I'm going to grab. This is dirty, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter. I'm going to grab my antique linen, and I'm just going to smush it down here. And get it wet. Drag it around a bit. And just start smushing down. And this is antique linen oxide, by the way. Now I'm going to add water. So these will all be very light in color. And then we'll give it a dry. Where's my dryer? And only basically the outside part of this is going to show. And I'm not going to do any stitching. I haven't gotten my sewing machine back out yet. I mean, so it's over there and I can get to it, but I hate doing stitching off camera. It's not fair. You guys don't get to see it. Okay, and then you know what? I think what I'll do here is, yeah, that'll stick there. Want this where it'll stick kind of when I push on it. Going to grab a, oh, let's see, what tool do I want? Want a tool. I always forget to get out the tools I need. Here we go. I'm just going to use this guy. It doesn't matter if I get anything on the back side. I'm just going to kind of fill this in. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to add water to it again. Nope, need that to be somewhere where it doesn't slip around. Golly, you guys, it has rained every single day here. I don't think it rained yesterday. It might have early in the morning, but it's been kind of a bummer because I just planted my garden and it's too muddy to go out there and look to see if anything's even growing. But I did throw some peppermint seeds on my front porch, and it looks like they're sprouting, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, stitching on cards is great. I do too. I mean, you could do faux stitching if you wanted to, but the actual stitching just gives that extra dimension. And when I stitch on my cards, I actually um, use upholstery sewing thread, so it's really, really thick. Let's go ahead and pick that up. So that's really light. Let's come in with a little bit of, I want to make sure this is nice and dry. I'm come in with a little bit of embossing glaze and add a little bit of texture just to the outside edges. Hey, Delise. Hey, I use upholstery thread and I use a heavy duty sewing needle in my machine. Okay, so let's grab one of these stencils here. And I think I want to grab little Simon Furley one. Where did I put the stencils? There we go. Gosh, since I haven't made cards in a while, I have to find my stuff. Okay, grab some Versamark. And I have here, this is, oh yeah, I was going to use this antique linen embossing glaze. I'm really low on that. Let's get a piece of paper. Scoop it back when I need to. Is there a specific number on the needle? Let me just go look real quick. It's right here in my closet, provided I can actually see it. Where are you? I'm going to pull the needle out. I can turn the thing. There we go. Maybe you guys can see it. Singer. I can't tell if that says T10 or F10. And then the really, really, really tiny number. I can't even see. See, is there anything else on the other side? Here's what it looks like, though. It has kind of a channel. Oops, let me get in camera. It has a little channel right here on one side. And then it's flat right here, and it's very, very sharp. Come on, Singer. 110, 18, 10, 80. I can't see it. Sorry, Meg. Oh, wait. Singer 110, 10. This number goes this way. Why? 10, 110, 10, I guess is what it is. Good morning to you. Okay, I'm just going to set that on my sewing machine and hopefully I don't lose it. I'm sure I have enough. I'm sure I have more somewhere in my sewing stuff, which is, you know, how that goes. Where is it? Where's Waldo? Somewhere in this room. I'm going to use a pouncer tool to get the ink on. And I have one specific for embossing ink. I think I need my other. This one's kind of empty-ish. I want a nice thick. Yeah, that's better. Look how much cleaner that one is too. Di, I hope you're doing well. And I'm just holding my stencil down with my hand here. I'm just going to do one side at a time. I'm almost out of this. And I'm not so worried about the harsh edge here because it's going to be covered. Raise your hand. I've been thinking about this because I watch a lot of reels. That's almost all I watch are reels because let me just be honest, I don't have the patience to sit and watch a long video or time. I don't have a lot of time these days. So, um, but what's bugging me is because they play music and music doesn't bother me. What bothers me is it's always the same music. Raise your hand. Put number one if you wish they would play some different doggone music. You just get tired of it after a while, or I do anyway. And I'm gonna do along here, along here. Not gonna waste so much embossing this time. Let's just do these things, put these things back so there's less for me to pick up in the morning. It's either going to be back in Chicago, which, okay, I live in Alabama, but okay, or got a harsh edge there, so I'm just going to kind of wipe that down. Other French songs, I don't know, just a lot of the same old, same old. Please stop. Yeah, that's true. You do have a limited amount to choose from, but I'd rather hear no music than hear the same song on every video. I mean, on Instagram, you can choose anything, but if you're sharing that also to Facebook or YouTube, obviously you can only choose what they allow you to have. I don't know how that Back in Chicago song is allowed. Oops, that's smashed in there. Don't do that. One of these days. One of these days. Hard right there. Hard. Well, and the second thing is I end up with those stupid songs stuck in my head. You guys know me. If the song's gonna get stuck, it's gonna get stuck in my head. I don't understand how Instagram lets you do it, but Facebook doesn't, or YouTube, because Instagram must have a special deal or something. Because I can pick any old song I want, and it won't give me any problem at all. And I'm an old rocker, so that's mostly what you get out of me, or Joe Baez, or something like that. Okay, so there's our background piece, almost. I think I want to rough up the edges on this. I'm going to move this because that stuff sticks to this. Let's grab scissors here and just rough this up. I can just wipe this onto the floor. Oh, that was still a little warm. It's okay. I like using these scissors over that Tim Holtz tool because they don't, it doesn't, the Tim Holtz tool it gets clogged up on me and the stuff just kind of flies off of this. And that Tim Holtz tool, by the way, is just a needle, a thread cutter. with a fancy label. You can get, Clover makes them too. I think Tonic does the Primals ones. There. Okay. Now I want to give a little color to those edges. Notice I am not using my vintage photo today. So this would fit in an art journal too. So you can use it for either application. And one more thing, I think I want just a tiny bit of stamping on there. Let's grab the Antique Linen Distress ink, and let's grab the I'll grab this one and a smushy, that's the technical name. And I'm just going to stamp a little bit off. Oops, you can't even see it. I need to get more ink on. Probably need to re-ink that. You could barely see it. But there's not another kind of a little bit darker color that is in the same monochromatic range, so we're just going to leave it. We're going to leave it at that. I wonder, no, I was thinking I might try the pumice stone, but I don't think I will. Okay. Okay, so there's that, the very, very background. And so that was 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. So I'm going to do 4 1/4 by 7 1/4 in the next one. Maybe even smaller, we'll see. Oh, hey, Andrea. Out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, everybody. I think I'm going to go 7 by 4. Hope I got that right. Yes, I do. Because I want quite a bit of that to show. Okay. So for this one, I want to add some texture paste through a stencil. Over the whole thing. I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing because this stencil isn't big enough. So I think I'll go here and come down and do there. And I want to color my texture paste. So I'm going to grab myself a little piece of stuff that I can put it on. Oh, this is dusty. Things get dusty in here. It's dusty on either side, so it doesn't really matter. Now, I could use the lunar paste, but I don't want to. I want to use just regular texture paste. And I know I took some out. There it is. Oops. And I'm going to color that texture paste. I'm going to grab my knife. All right. What'd you do with all your knives? I got to have at least one. Huh. Find a single one of them. Okay, it's got to be in here. Oh, there it is. And then I have my antique linen distress oxide. I'm going to put just a little bit in there. Mix that up. If I happen to get a little dirt in there, so be it. And I wanted this instead of the lunar paste because I want a flat situation, not a shiny one. Try not to get that on my little mat there. But I do need something to protect it. I already got alcohol ink on there. I had a huge issue with alcohol ink this week. And smeared it there a little bit. To decide how I want this, and I can only go a certain way because I don't want to flub up what's going on up here. I'm just kind of smoothing this out a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to scoop this up. And there's no place to put it back. So I'm just going to wipe it off. I didn't say there wasn't going to be sparkle. There's going to be sparkle, just not in my texture paste. And I didn't think ahead and bring water in here, so I'm going to have to take a moment to clean this off while it's still wet. You know I have a crunchy rag around here somewhere. Where did I put it? Who knows? We'll just make a new crunchy rag. We'll just call all the orange rags crunchy. Lord knows I have enough rags in here. I don't like to use a paper towel because they come apart. Well, set that on there, you ding dong. Shouldn't take too long to dry. I can still see texture paste in some of the little nooks and crannies that'll keep it from being defined on the next time I try to use it. You can see where I stained my S, but you can't really see it. The color's not showing up right because of the colors that I'm using. It's crazy when I use like tan colors or light tan colors, my skin looks weird, crazy. See? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna help that dry because I need to keep moving. Got to keep on moving. Where did I put my tool? There it is. There was a little red somewhere. I can see it in here, but it doesn't matter. It does not that dog. This texture paste dries pretty quick. I mean, I'm not going to rub hard on it or anything, but it's dry enough to move on to the next step, in which I'm going to be using some spray stain because I can lighten that up the best if I can find my antique linen. There it is. Okay, get a little protection going on there. Got a ton of these little mats. And that's kind of too little. You know what? Let's just bite the bullet and get out the splat box. Okay, now water. Sculpture status. Hi, Jana. I'm getting this nice and wet because I want this light in color. More water. Just run that kind of back and forth a little. You can see here where there's really no color at all. I do need a little color in there. Okay, good enough. Dun, 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 dun. See, there's that song stuck in my head. Some little stupid French song from a video I was watching earlier of a lady making pockets. Mostly I watch journaling and card making stuff and cat stuff. Always cat stuff. Okay, dryer. There you are. All right, since I got this wet again, I have to help it kind of dehydrate a little bit. And the texture paste I use, by the way, is just Ranger matte opaque texture paste. I like the matte because it takes color better. It's pretty dry. I'm just trying to straighten it out a little bit here. Something like that. Okay. Do you want to go around the edges of this again? back. Don't need that spray right now. Don't need my Versamark. Linen ink. I don't know how my desk is tidy, probably because I've been really trying hard to be a grown up and clean up after myself. Uh, you guys want to see the journal that I'm creating or have mostly created for my color classes? I got to show you. I'm really proud of it. I'll be working on that a little bit more tomorrow morning. It's almost ready. Get these edges done. So here's the front, and this is a scrapbook.com spiral notebook book that I got for free. And so I did the cover, and I'm gonna probably alcohol ink the back because it's a slick material. And then I made little rainbow tabs to go. Some of them aren't sitting the way they're supposed to, but that's why I don't like doing these, because I'm kind of illiterate about them. I don't know. Get where you're supposed to be. These little guys. Come here, you. There we go. Made all these little tabs out of the leftover paper that I had trimmed. And so away it goes. And at first I had alcohol ink the whole front of this, and I hated it. Tried to clean it off. It cleaned off okay, but I stained everything up. So my first page has a stain in it, and I've just got these clipped in here so that I can do them and then glue them down, and then like maybe make, I'm thinking little pockets, little notes, stuff like that. But just if you have a spiral bound notebook that maybe you've even used. And another thought I was thinking is that because there are 12 colors in the color wheel that I use, that you could make a really fabulous calendar. It needs more yellow. Girl, it's got a yellow page. See? I just antique these up so these are basically what's called toned, only I toned them with a brown instead of a gray or a black. So I toned them with vintage photo, just the same way as I toned down my color wheel, because I just wanted to. Anyway, there's that. I can see that I've got something that needs to be wiped up here. I'm looking for my water. Here it is. Okay. So I do want this sitting up a little bit higher, and I think I want another layer around it. So this was what? This was 4 by 7. Let's do 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. And you won't get your butt off from watching me? Well, why don't you order a pizza? That's what I do. Uh, 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. Gonna be just barely anything. Bum, ba -da -ba -dum, ba -da -ba -dum. This thing is a pain in the you know what. But I hate that sliding cutter because it just butchers my paper. Because I need new blades, and I have some that I can't find. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I think I want to make this postage. Oh, aged mahogany is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. This takes a little while if you don't see very well. See, I messed up there. Let's go back to the number 2 spot and see if I can fix it. Yes, I can. Okay, that was the 3 spot. Now I just have to wing it. Yeah, screw that. I don't care. Let this screwing up begin. Oh, I totally missed a piece. Oh, good grief. That's all right. It's not going to be perfect, and I'll have to live with that. It's a factory second. Oh, you poor thing. That's a lot of way too many, like 139 too many people. I always do that. I don't get it in there proper. Got that edge right. Yeah, 139 too many. See, from there I have to wing it because it only goes to a 3-inch mark. So I just kind of have to eyeball where my inches are. Just pretend a man told me. Okay, that one was done. You could use a die for this too if you were so inclined. And I probably have one. I'm sure I do. I have all kinds of dies, but I like punches better. Okay. Got a nice postage edge going on there. And I just have to decide, do I want to leave it white? Kind of do. Although there's not really any white on here. I think I will. I think I'll do the edges here. I can't help myself. Oh no, I can't help myself. Do 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 do. Pinking shears is faster, but it doesn't give the same shape. And I have pinking shears. I suck at them too. I can never get the cut straight. I've got the smaller ones. That's why I had a bunch of those little fancy edge scissors, but I could not make them cut for nothing. They weren't, it wasn't happening. Probably because they were $3 scissors, you know what I mean? Yes, I do like that. It makes me happy. Yeah, did you have enough cookies, enough patience? What? Were they all adults? No, because you work in a children's library, do you not? If there were 140 children, I'm surprised you're still alive and breathing. Oh, enough kits to make llama faces to pin tails to the llama and for games. Oh, fun. Yeah. Okay, getting this on here straight is going to be a little tricky, but not too bad. Oh, everything's hurt, so you poor thing. Oh no. Okay, let's get this stuck down to a card base. And I'll go ahead and just grab one of my cream card bases. Or my cream 8.5 by 11 papers. Only thing about this cream is it's kind of yellow, but not too bad. So we'll go ahead and score that. Now I do like this thing for scoring. Because it holds the paper down better. A lot of times when you score, the reason it doesn't come out even is because A, your paper wasn't even, or B, your paper moved when you were scoring it. This is some pretty thick paper, so I'm going a bit. Oh, it hugged you? You poor thing. That to me that's scary, but I am like Howard Hughes. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. See, that didn't even come close. That means my paper is crooked, and this is Michael's paper, so no surprise there. So I am going to trim it off because that is really whack. Really whack. I'm going to use the line over here, not the bottom or top, because the bottom and top are both uneven. So then, now that I have that line straight, I can. So I'm watching Veronica Mars. I love uh, Kristen Bell. I just love her. Um, anyway, I'm in the fourth season, and what a huge disappointment the fourth season. Everything has been great up until now. Now it kind of sucks. See, this is the best situation to sew this down, but I'm not going to. I don't even know what K-pop is, so I'm spared that. Korean pop, I don't know. And I'm not trying to offend any Koreans out there. I just don't know. I'm a. You love the last spin-off? There's a spin-off. It was the last season where it's 10 years later, and I want to know what happened to everybody, and they're not telling me, and it's making me mad. I do know they're still trying to solve a murder that I guess was unsolved. I thought they solved it, but you know what? I fall asleep watching it all the dang time, and I miss stuff, and I don't know where I was, and Netflix doesn't know when I fell asleep. There needs to be an AI function that realizes when you fall asleep and stops the program. It just puts on some soft music or something. And I've been also watching the Testament or Testaments, the spin-off of what's it called? A Handmaid's Tale and Dutton Ranch. When I'm loving Dutton Ranch, I do. I love all of the Taylor Sheridan stuff. So I want to pop this up quite a bit. I think I'm on the, well, mine does too, but it does it after I'm half asleep and my remote is buried and I can't find it. I am one of those people who goes to sleep with the TV on. It's just my nature. I'm going to use, I need some double-sided tape here. Put it all somewhere. But where did I put it? In my sewing machine. Not in it, but in the area. In the area of my sewing machine. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Pear Blossom Press stuff so I can reposition this if I get it crooked, which there's a good likelihood I will. I love the Testament. It's great. I'm super curious and I hate being left hanging, but it is what it is, you know? I love The Handmaid's Tale too. I thought it was great. I like Elizabeth Moss. I loved her in Mad Men. And I still, if I can't find anything else to watch, I'll go right back and watch reruns of Mad Men that I've already seen because I don't care. I love Mad Men. Are you still watching? So what if I am or I'm sleeping? None of your business, right? Ah, because a good chance if it hits that point, I'm sleeping. Or again, I'm away from my TV. I'm downstairs making a snack or something, you know. There, I'm gonna like that sitting up like that. Okay. Before I sit that up, I want to do a little stamping on here. And I'm gonna have to choose a darker color because we already established that the antique linen wasn't really showing up. But let me try this stamp. Trying to keep this as monochromatic as possible, but oops, stay. This is what happens when you don't clean your stamps. Let me just lick it. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, see, it doesn't really show up as much as I want it to. So I'm going to go in with scattered straw, I think. Let me think that over here. Maybe frayed burlap's a little too dark. Let's look at brush corduroy. Yeah, I think brush corduroy will be the trick. Well, season 4 of Veronica Mars is all they have on Netflix. You know, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is working out fine, so I'll keep that out. I want to make sure I do everything to this piece before I stick it down to this piece. And I want to stick it down before I start building my layers on here because otherwise it'll be a pain in the you-know to stick down. Michelle, I got your package and thank you so much. It was lovely and the card was lovely as well. Okay, let's try and aim for good. Nope, too low. Right there. Okay, now to start building up the layers. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put my lady in a frame. And I'm going to do this frame and this lady. So first of all, sometimes with these you get these little nibs. I want to sand those off. I don't like those. I don't like nibs. because they punched out, you know, of another piece of paper. Okay, nib's gone. Okay, I am going to glue this down to this and then cut it out, because if I try to cut it out, I'll make a mess. And I want to get my glue just a little ways away from either edge, because you guys know I like to shade the inside. And these are from Art House Whimsy. Okay, I'm going to let that glue down a bit, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do my shading. And I think I will shade. I'm going to shade my normal way that I do it, the way you guys are used to seeing me do. If I can find my brush. Where are you? There. Grab my black soot. Set it partly on there so it stays still. I am going to dab off. I don't want it too dark. I love Holly Potential, but I don't have. Oh, it's on Hulu? I thought it was on Amazon. I don't have Amazon anymore. Got rid of it. Love High Potential. I started watching that. The thing that I'll make me stop watching them is them making me wait till next week. I don't do well with that, friends. I just don't. So that's just going to give it a little dimension like it's sitting inside of the painting. Inside of the frame, I mean. And then I can just kind of angle cut and cut it out. I see nibs. I see more nibs that I didn't get. I have to go back and get them. Those ladies, put them away for another day. Oh, never heard of R.J. Decker. Okay, I saw. Where did I put my sander? Right here. Where did I see those nibs? Right here. One right there. One right here. One right there. I think I got them all. And then let's go ahead and give the edges of this some color. And I think I will use the brush corduroy. I guess I was using this brush. I don't know. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Okay. So now we start building. Got this piece of paper here. To decide how I want these to appear on here. That's always the fun part, all the auditioning. I don't want a bunch of it sticking out. Okay, I've got these guys. I'm gonna have to fussy cut. These are the parts that take forever. Scissors. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. And I'm not worried about the stem here. I just want the leaf. And these are Leaves of Fall from Art House Whimsy. Most most of what I use is gonna be from them, Pink Monarch prints, Tim Holtz, of course. There's a couple others. Victoria Designs, Sweet Pea Curiosities. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like this piece of paper on here. My problem. That's my problem. I don't love that. And I want to build this direction. Come here, you. Okay, and then I've got another leaf here. It's got a little flaw in it, which I, oops, feather. I don't want to lose that little circle. I kind of like that. So you see all the scraps that I'm leaving on my desk? What I like to do the next day is come in and build something, some piece of ephemera out of all those scraps. So you see, for instance, that's a cool little label right there. Since all I want on here are the leaves. Thought I was hearing a thunderstorm. They keep saying there's going to be one and then it doesn't happen. So disappointing. Okay, and I have flowers, which I'll have to kind of fill in, you know. I have this little butterfly, maybe a flower here. I have a little clock. I don't think I'll use the clock. I think I still want to keep these off to one side on either side. And this is how I roll. I just audition stuff. And then once I've decided that I like it, then I'll commit. So you've got one little hint of green there, just because. I have here a little postage stamp that I made. Let's go ahead and give that some edge. Their flower. See, I probably won't use any of this ribbon, but I might. This is just some sorry. Sorry. I might could put, I need my tweezers so I can lift multiple things at once. Hey, sit still. And then maybe a little piece of lace. Oh, that is thunder. Nope, it's a lawnmower. It's our lawnmower, I believe. Who knows what the heck Mike thinks he's doing. A piece right there. Now, where'd those feathers go? Is this the coolest feather? I love this feather. Feather to kind of come up this way, and then I have another feather. Did I blow it away somewhere? I blew it away. Okay, I think that's how it's going to go. So, tweezers. First things first, I want her popped up. That whole thing popped up. And I'm just going to kind of set these on here, and I may change my mind. You guys know it happens. I'm not sure if I love the green leaf on there or not. I do want that popped up, and I'm just going to pop it up in the center so I can tuck things up under. What the heck did I do with my foam tape? There it is. And then, so that way, anything I want tucked up under can be tucked up under. And go ahead and edge this because it's white around the edges where I just cut it out. And I'm only going to do inside part. There. Might add a little bit of color to her. There's a little kind of pinkish in there that I don't really want. You see it right here? Well, I can't tell. Is that thunder or is it not thunder? I can't stink and tell. Yes, I want some Russian book pages. Yes, I do. Yes, ma'am. I especially love foreign language book pages. Take my tweezers and give that a little push up under there. And I don't care if it's mucked up, like folded over and funky. Don't mind at all. I don't know if I love that on there. It'll probably be mostly hidden. We'll find out here in a minute. Oh, both your sons called. Oh, that's good. I hope everything is well with you, my friend. My son likes to call me, or used to like to call me during craft roulette. Okay. And these aren't dimensional flowers or anything. They're just some cheap flowers that I've had for a billion years. That probably came from a bag, Michael's. Yeah, I think I do want to keep the green leaves. I'm not sure about the butterfly, friends. Have I already glued this down? Yes, I have. All right. Go here. Oops, goopied that out, didn't I? What I want to do is just hold that down. Still waiting for results that were promised yesterday. Oh, golly, that waiting. I'm so sorry. That's the hardest part. I need my other feather. Where did it go? Gotta be here somewhere. I mean, how far can a feather go? That's a funny joke, huh? You know what? I want to use this. Eh, okay, I know I had a little piece of, I just am losing things left and right here because my desk was tidy and now it's not. Oh, there's my other feather. Okay, and there's what I'm looking for too. Let's put this little messy mess. And this. Trinity Stamp sent out the most lovely little tribute to, I guess apparently Emily left the team too. And I didn't necessarily leave, I'm just on a long break. But in their newsletter today, and it was so sweet, I cried. I don't do goodbyes, they suck, and I usually avoid them. Let's see, do I want this in here? I'm getting a little crazy here. I need to chill. I need to chill pill. This flower, though, has letters on it. I don't think I want it on there, though. Okay, we're just about coming to the end. I found the feather. I do have a part of a clock that I wouldn't mind using. Just have to decide where. Let's just cut it. Let's make sure I get the time right. That's 12, right? Yeah, I think it is. I think that's 12. Oh, wanted to show you that hack, my friend. If you're still watching, Die, gotta have a sticky mat, but let me make it easier for you. Let's grab a stamp. A polymer stamp. I'm gonna grab a polymer stamp here. This big long one right here. I'm gonna have it face down. I'm gonna lay the sticker on here. Okay. And then I can just pull the sticker up away from it. It comes right away if you can see, if you're not blind. Well, I lied. It doesn't work with the photopolymer stamp. I'm going to probably have to use my other hack. Okay, well, it works sometimes. It pulls right away from the, there we go. Pulls right away. Just leaves that on there and you can just pull that off. Ta-da! I do know that Dawn probably will return. I just talked to her today, but I don't ever kind of push her. I got it crooked and I won't be able to get it back up without wrecking my paper. So I am going to carefully, surgically remove the excess. There we go. Yeah, I like that on there. That is a good thing, Pam. Do I want a second feather? I don't, because this feather is too, I don't know, it's too large. And I don't want to use another one of these because I'm running really short on those. So I'm not going to. Yep. Come here, you stink butt. All right, now I'm going to put some bling. Okay, I'm going to decide on the butterfly. Okay, I need the lid to this lobe here. Um, bling. Where did I put the bling, friends? See, I didn't use the Tim Holtz paper. I didn't use the moths or butterflies. I just like to take out everything I might want to use. I do want to use this flower because it kind of complements the butterfly. What do you think? And then it saves me from having to do a middle in that one. Need more glue. That's more. I'm stingy with my glue, you guys. And there's no reason to be. I have plenty of it. Just is what it is. Okay, bling. That bothers me a little bit sticking out. I'm not going to cut it off though. I'd rather take it off and then just kind of move it in like so. That'll work. Okay, I need my little tray. As you can see, I have no sentiment on here. Don't know that I would use one or not. Maybe. Oh, that's not fair saying Wednesday and then not saying which week, month, year, decade. Okay, I think that's all of this one I'm going to do. See, I told you guys I wasn't going to make cards anymore, but this is a card. Be You'd have to send it like in a bubble mailer though. And you notice I'm not doing splatters. I just don't feel like everything you do needs to have splatters. I just don't. Novel idea, Pam. Just call the office and ask. I would too. I wouldn't think of that. I'm just kind of weird like that. Now I want pearls. And then we can call this, well, except for doing the centers of these flowers. And I took out some liquid pearls for that. Because that way I can make the pearl any size I want. Okay, where is my sticky tool? Oops, come back here, you. You flipped over on me, you little turtle. Go like that. Oh yeah, and it always is. It's waiting for the lab. What's the point of them calling you if they haven't heard back from the lab? And they don't know how backed up the lab might be. Dang it, Bobby, get over here. Where'd it go? Oh, stinker. Just have to grab another one. It would, oh, there it is. It's stuck to my glue. It would be, it would be good to put a sentiment on here, but I just don't want to. I don't know where I would put it except for maybe right across here. And maybe I still will, who knows. Okay, let's make sure these liquid pearls are working. Shake them up. They're really, really old and haven't been touched in ages or ever. Okay. Oh, that's the only place I need it. It's right there. All right, if I did do a sentiment, what would I do? Probably grab a Timmy one. Timmy, Timmy. Oh, I bet he'd be mad at me if he watched. I'm not trying to be mean. I do like these for this. Um, tweezers. Oh, here we go. I just like this right here. Nice and small. Too big though. Don't want it down there. It just bugs me. Okay, all done. So here it is up close. It's hard to show you the whole doggone thing up close because it's an A9, but it is a full card. And it is pretty much monochromatic. I mean, kind of some of these are more brown than yellow or yellow than brown or tan, but it's close enough for my comfort. So, yeah, I went actually 30, almost 30 minutes longer than I normally do, and I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, friends, thank you so much for coming. If you aren't busy, pop in and say hi to Di over at the Messy Palette. She she'll be on in probably about 30 minutes. I don't know. I have to make dinner, so that's that. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see some of you tomorrow morning. I'm looking for my mouse for my junk journal series where I will be completing the prep for this little journal for my color classes. And see, I even left, I don't want to show you until tomorrow, but I'll be completing that so it's ready to go. Oh, perhaps she might dream. There's a clock there. Yeah, it kind of reflects on the amount of sleep I get. Little to no. You know what? There's just one more thing I want to do. I know what to do to fix this. I need a little brush, a little brush, nitty bitty brush. Grab yellow. I'm gonna grab my antique linen ink. And I'm just going to color her hair, and that way I feel like she's more cohesive with the rest of it. I always wanted white hair like this. I still do. And as I get old, my hair doesn't gray. My mother was 80 and she only had gray hair in front. I just want white hair, like normal old ladies, instead of this mouse brown with a little bit of gray in front. That changes everything, doesn't it? Don't be afraid to alter your printables, especially if you printed them on that Epson paper because it takes ink and pencils very nicely. You just don't want to get it too wet or push on it too hard. There. That just pulls it right in. You're still salty and pepper too? Let me just. Yeah, if I keep messing with this, I'm going to break it. So I'm going to call it done. Thanks, you guys. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you around the room. See you tomorrow morning. One of these days, you never know. Dawn might pop in with me just as a kind of a surprise guest. Um, you just never know. You never know. Take care. Hey, don't forget to leave your thumbs up and all those goody things. Right on.